Thanks for stopping by today. Welcome to my kitchen. This is Seeing Beauty with Sandy, where we try to pay attention to all the beautiful things in our lives, the things that delight our eyes, the things that touch our hearts, and think about places where we can actually discover and multiply beauty. Today, I want to talk about the beauty of accomplishment. And this is why I'd like to talk about that. When I was a young mother with two little boys, I was busy, as I know you have been if you have little ones or have had little ones. But it seemed to me that everything I did, somebody undid. If I washed the clothes, they wore them. If I cleaned the house, it got messed up. If I cooked food, we ate it. But it just seemed like I was, and all of those things are good, wonderful things that we do to serve our families and things that maintain life. But I kind of yearned for something that nobody undid. And for me, that was painting. And I painted a lot as an artist. You say, oh, you neglected your children. No, when they slept, I painted. I painted in the afternoon nap time. I painted late at night. But you know, it's special to me that right now I still have those paintings that actually has something that nobody undid to show for that period of time in my life. But I also have my sons, and I'm pretty proud of them, and they were an accomplishment too. But I want to talk to you about maybe you have a job and you do accomplish things at your job, but it also may seem like the work is just constantly ongoing. So I want to encourage you that you might find a little something to do that gives you the feeling that you did something nobody undid. Maybe it's painting a room on the weekend. Maybe it is painting a painting. Maybe it's learning how to knit, and you just have your little knitting bag, and when you get stopped and waiting in an appointment, you do a little knitting. Doesn't mean you get to finish the project in the limited time you have. It just means you've always got a little something to work on that nobody undoes. So to celebrate that, today I thought we would do a little project for the holidays. And you could do this very easily, and then you could say, oh, although I'm so busy with Christmas and buying gifts and cooking food and going to work, I don't have much time to decorate. Well, I'm going to give you something you can do very quick and step back and look at it and say, I did that, and nobody undid it. So join me in a minute, and we're going to have some fun. Okay, we're back. And this is what we're going to do. We're going to make a simple table decoration using glass vases and ornaments. Now, I like the really pretty shiny ones, and I like the elegance of a vase. You may have a completely different style. You may want to get 3 big jars. You may want to use plaid ornaments, or you might want to do everything in red and white. You know, whatever appeals to you, whatever you think would just make your heart so happy when you're finished, that's what you should do. So I'm going to show you what I'm doing, and we're going to follow the Goldilocks rule here. We've got 3 vases, Papa Bear, Mama Bear, and Baby Bear. You can see when I put Baby Bear down here, we've got a pleasing arrangement that's balanced with the different sizes. Now, what you can see that I have layered the ornaments in here. They're not perfect. I don't do everything perfectly. I just jump in and have fun with it. But also, my ornaments are different sizes, so they're not going to fill a vase the way marbles would. They're going to leave some spaces here and there, but I still think they're so pretty. So what we're going to do now, I'm going to let you watch me do this one because I'm putting little lights into the vase. And say, is that tricky? Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the lights on so I can see what I'm doing. Now, because the lights have their little battery pack, I've got to think about what am I going to do to hide that, because the ornaments are pretty, but this not so much. So I'm starting with the end of the lights. You say, well, why don't you just put the battery pack in the bottom of the vase? I thought about that, but then I wouldn't have any way to turn the lights on. So you may have already known that because you may have already used these. It's my first time. So I'm just going to take my vase, and it probably works best for me to hold it sideways. Get some lights down in there. And gently, since these are glass ornaments, and then poke a few more pieces of my lights. I hope while you're watching this, if you've never done this, you're thinking, I can totally do this. Here we go, almost full. Unwind this, stuff a few more, well, there are lights. Stuff a few more lights in here. And there we go. And we put it right here. And then I'm going to turn on all the lights. You see, we have a wonderful holiday display. And that didn't take long, did it? We can turn the lights on at the evening. We can turn it off. Now, I just used some gold lame fabric to kind of zhoosh around the bottom of it. And I tell you why that's important is I'm going to use it to cover up those black battery packs so nobody will see them. And then my wires can kind of go in between the three of those. So you may already have everything on hand you need to do this. And you could just say, look, I did something that nobody undid. Maybe till after Christmas. But you know what? I leave mine like this all the time. And I just put them away and bring them back out again. And I never get tired of seeing them. So, until I see you next week, think about what you might like to do that nobody else could undo. Just in little snippets of time. Doesn't have to be a big commitment. And until then, keep watching out for beauty. See you soon.